Hey everybody, it's me Bugsy, and it's also me, Yonky B. It's great to be back, folks. It's great to be back. Anyways, me and the youngster have been watching both Doctor Who and Dragon Ball Super, and we gotta talk about Doctor Who first because it is a review Who kind of we're kind of doing a cross review show. Like we're doing Bugsy's normal Dragon Ball Super reviews, but we're also doing we're also doing a little bit of we're also doing a little bit of review Who. So review Who is first though, only because he drew the longest straw out of the whole fucking bunch of straws we cut. But with that said, the Christmas Doctor Who special yesterday was a treat, a delight, and it was really fun. It was lighthearted, but really, really, really fun. In a world where superheroes are trying to be more dark and dark and dark, it's a delightful little romp with the Doctor and the new character Grant. That is the Ghost, which I think is the most coolest superhero name you could call yourself, and kind of be a little bit of a mixture between Batman and Superman, which I really did like. And like the Superman, the Superman movie, the first Superman movie. There's a lot of little references to that, and I was like, yes, yes. Oh man, like this whole thing was funny. It's like if the Doctor. It was written like if Superman met the Doctor, and somehow was the one who gave him his powers. That's the only way I can describe this episode to you. It is that good. And even the kid, Grant when he's a little kid, because he meet like how the Doctor meets everybody. He meets them when they're a little kid, when Grant was a little kid, and basically said like, kid basically calls him Doctor Mysterio. And for those of you that don't know what Doctor Mysterio technically is, that's what they called Doctor Who, in Mexico. Called him Doctor Mysterio. I kind of like that. I thought that was pretty awesome. And even they did the whole. You're probably the only one with human ears that can hear this frequency. I was like, mm. The funny thing is, there's like a scene where Grant is literally trying to tell his version of Lois Lane, like, hey, like he's doing it not so subtly, like. She's like, there isn't anybody like Grant. I'm like you okay, if Grant wasn't the ghost this whole entire time, you could have just said this to him, but you're always so freaking busy. Like, I get that. I get that. You're chasing your career, but if you have something you need to say, you should have just said it. You know what I mean? I mean, she does find out Grant's secret identity, but it's done in not a stupid way or a Zack Snyder way, and I gotta give it props to that. I gotta give it props for that. Or Grant not using the old a certain Superman technique that we are not gonna talk about on this channel ever. But I hate it still. She just kind of figures it out, and then Grant's like, they're fighting this freaking villain that freaking swaps brains, and oh my god, it was so epic. It was so epic and fun, and sometimes I do like the horror episodes of Doctor Who. Don't get me wrong. I love, regardless of what I may say, I love being scared sometimes. But I love this little romp, this campiness of Superman, but kind of, the kind of awesomeness that comes with the Doctor Who story. That is what I liked. Basically the whole thing. And even he tells like the one of the main villains, like he's like, we're not fighting here. I got a kid to watch. See, this is done, this is over. And only the way Capaldi's doctor can basically say that. And I fucking love Capaldi's version of the doctor. It is so good. Like, I thought he would be all serious all the time. But even he gets a little goofy, and I love that. Because that's the thing that all the doctors kind of have. Even though that they can be serious, bone dead serious, they have their times where they're goofy. And I love that. I wish my family had the exact same sentiment. A lot of them still want David Tennant or Matt Smith to come back. I'm like, they're doing bigger and better things. Not saying that Doctor Who isn't bigger or better, but I'm just saying they're doing their own stuff, and I love it. But like Grant goes but the one thing I hate is like when the chick or person goes up to the doctor like, "Who are you? Who are you?" I'm like, dude can go into freaking time and space, and she figured that out somehow. Don't even ask me how that was even figured out, that she was trying to ask for the ghost. And it just made me laugh because it's like, lady, you can't just ask for a superhero's secret identity. And and I love that the doctor didn't tell her, and she kind of just Grant just kind of showed her on his own. But I was just like, at least that was better than what Zack Snyder tried to do. And yeah, I make all these different parallels to Zack Snyder during this review, but it's like, see, Zack, Doctor Who can do something simple. Why can't you do something simple that kind of, I don't know, celebrates the fact that we're watching comic movies? Nah. You just wanted to inject greedy realism when you needed to, and references to freaking Dark Knight Returns, which really this is what this movie wasn't even about. This could have been a world's finest movie. It could have been a world's finest movie, guys. We could have had the first introduction of the Joker. We could have had Lex Luthor. Our Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor we all know. And that's how this movie could have probably been saved. And maybe a little bit of the pacing issues. Certain things could have been taken out. Certain things could have been put in. That's how I think Batman vs Superman could have probably been saved. But no, that's not how it happened. You done? Well, yeah. But the last thing I want to talk about is I've been, Dr. Ghost I've been away for a very long time, and now I'm back. And there's this bald dude that was with him. I don't know where or how, but he just kind of accompanies the doctor. And there's a part where there's a spaceship a ship going down, and kind of almost burning up in re-entry, and I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. And then the doctor's just throwing one-liner, and it was just a fun little moment, and I wish I could explain it to you more clearly, but you gotta watch it to really feel it, because it really makes you remember and realize why you are a Doctor Who fan. Why do you constantly see this character constantly change and grow and change again, and still you can have the time of your life watching these episodes. What did you think, Yonk? Everything you just said, man. Everything you just said. Because it was that awesome to me too. I was I was in, because you were watching it in your room because you had everybody over. When I was in my room, I was like, oh shit, this is good. But let's move on to Dragon Ball Super. But the thing we would like to say, we give Doctor Who the Return of Dr. Mysterio. That is the name of it, by the way. And me and Bugsy, we love it. We love it to death. And we give it 5 TARDISes out of 5. Because us, it may not be everybody's perfect episode, but to us, it is. It has everything that a light Doctor Who story kind of has. And we're not kind of basing it off of like past stories or this or that. It was just great. I think Stephen Moffat wrote this. Did he? I didn't even look. Well, I guess we'll look later and then put it in an annotation just to kind of say, oh yeah, Stephen Moffat did write this. But let us switch gears to Dragon Ball Super. Okay, we're gonna catch you up on the other one before we get into the actual review. So, Hit is trying to get Goku. Goku is acting more serious. He's eating his food one at a time. He's dodging Bulma's attacks, and freaking Goten and Gohan are like, what's going on with Dad? He's acting pretty weird. And then, he freaking, and then we find a little bit more about Hit, and there's this little bit of a mystery of who hired Hit to kill Goku, but, oh my god, it kind of unravels, but in the most spectacular way it could unravel. Goku's dead for a minute, but we figured out, no, they ain't gonna kill off Goku. Which I kind of figured. Because no one's gonna kill off Goku. Not now. So, freaking Goku fires a ki blast into the air. He kind of, in a way, defibrillates himself. The shock of it kind of fixes, starts his heart back up. And I'm like, Goku, that's fucking smart. Hit and Goku fight. Okay, now, guys, we're gonna go into some spoiler territory. So I suggest if you don't want to get spoiled, get out of this thing right now. Get out of this thing right now before we spoil it for you. Go watch the episode. It's on Crunchyroll and Daisuke and all that other stuff. So go to those right now before watching this part of the video. Okay. So, this week, other than racking my brain over another little fan thing that's been going on about a certain red-headed anime character being pregnant by who impregnated her and him, you know what I'm saying? I was really racking my brain against who hired Hit. I was like, why did Vados hire Hit? And then it was revealed. After all this fighting and after a pretty awesome fight sequence, I don't care what anybody says about the art. You guys have your own opinion about the art and how it looked, how it animated. But I don't know. Like the little kid in me just took over. It was like, this is so totally awesome, and I was like, yes, the child inside me, yes. Yeah, I know this can be taken out of context, but I'm talking about the inner little fanboy inside me. That's what I'm saying. But anyways, so I enjoyed that, and when I found out that when Goku is the one that hired Hit, I laughed my ass off because I don't know, it's just so typical of Goku. It's typical of Goku to put himself in this situation. Be all serious about it. I mean, be all a little bit more serious about it, and then have fun with it. And then after it's all said and done, after they're both done, and after they both fought with everything they got, Hit Goku and sorry about the background noise. Goku and Hit collapsing. They're just both smiling, and I'm like. And when I think about that again, because the scene, like, I'm talking out of order here, but when I seen that, I was like, Goku, this is a fucking delightful, I was like, this is a delightful episode, honestly. I don't know, Doctor Who, and this episode of Super, just kind of pushed my buttons in the right way. I just don't know what to say. And oh yeah, next week, uh, Gohan is going to basically be. They're basically going to do a Great Saiyaman movie, and he's going to be a stunt double. And I know a lot of freaking Gohan fans are going to rage, moan, and piss everywhere. Going to be like, there's going to be a lot of Gohan fanboy piss everywhere. It's just going to be like, and I'm gonna enjoy it because Shenalu Shaka Gunin. I can't do this song without actually having like little sheet of lyrics, but Kamen Rider stuff, guys. Kamen Rider stuff. That's why I like Great Saiyaman so much because he's like a gigantic love letter to why we like Sentai and Tokusatsu because that's why I like it. Now a lot of people, I used to think it was cheesy, but that was before I got into just Sentai and Tokusatsu, and I love this idea. A lot of people are like, "Oh, we want to focus on Gohan. We want to focus on Gohan. We want him to be a little mini Goku." But like, we already kind of have him a little mini Goku. We have Goten, but whatever, man. Whatever, man. I'm like enjoying. I'm enjoying Super, and I am really, 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 really hopeful for Doctor Who. And guys, like I did hate Claire at the very end because he wasn't the same character we all kind of fell in love with. She just was kind of became an outward shell of herself, questioning the doctor and all this other shit. Because I'm like, regardless, because I'll say this, guys, regardless of how he regenerates or what happens, he's still the doctor. Just other, like I always say, other traits get shuffled around, but he is still the same guy, even though he changes his face. You know? And I'm really good. I really enjoyed Dragon Ball Super's 72nd episode. It was very great. It was very beautiful. And I enjoyed every minute of it. And a lot of you are probably wondering why didn't I review the movie arcs and the Universal Tournament? Because I just decided to do this because everybody else was doing it, but I wanted to do it as well because I'm a Dragon Ball fan. And I wanted to talk about it, so here we are. So a lot of you are probably wondering, since Review Who is coming back this spring, does that mean we're gonna see a certain teaser of a certain professor that I've been teasing for damn near 3 years now? Been 3 years. It's gonna be 3 years. Y'all get, you right? Am I right? 3 years? More like 2, but right now it's gonna be like 3 years after this year's up. Ah. So we'll be seeing you guys. I'll be seeing you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you would, and let me bring out a little special guest to tell you guys. What I tell you guys, but I think a little bit of the cuteness factor will work. If you'd be so kind as in giving us a like and subscribe and hitting the little notification, it helps us out all too well. So if you guys would, please, help this little kitty out and give my boss a subscribe or a like or hit the notification so you know when other videos are coming. I'm Mr. Tinkles, and I'll see you later. Was that good, boss? Yes, Mr. Tinkles, that was very good. I can't do that glitch thing showing my face for a minute. Well, it's done, and we'll see you guys later. This is Yonky B, back again, giving you a gigantic os. And this is Bugsy giving you the old see you guys later thumbs up. We'll see you real soon, folks. Bye, guys.